Normally, I would start off a build series with a terrain build video. But for this project, I had quite a lot of preparations to make for the armies to be included in the upcoming diorama. What you are seeing here is the end result of an entire week of preparations. So first, let's go back to the beginning of the week. I have 38 Kashyyyk troopers in my collection so far, just 2 short of a full platoon. And I wanted to bolster it with some plain troopers from the Clone vs Droids battle pack. With these battle packs, along with my own collection, I now have a total of 160 B1 and B2 battle droids, along with 57 plain clone troopers. But I'll only be using about 15 to 20 for this project, since I wanted to keep a 3:1 ratio between droids and clones. Up next is the LAAT gunships. I have a total of 3 Coruscant Guard gunships, as well as parts to color swap all 3. But I think 2 will be enough for this project, and it would be faster just to color swap the 2 sealed gunships from the ground up, instead of taking apart the built one. Now you might be wondering about the bubble turrets. It's basically a modified version of the one Solid Brick Studios came up with in his video titled The Republic Gunship LEGO Should've Made. I wanted to use a clear windscreen piece at the bottom and fit an entire minifigure in there, so I added bracket pieces and some tiles to thicken the sphere, as well as rearranging the main connection points for the windscreen pieces. The original version could only fit the upper torso of a minifigure and uses a white windscreen to hide the missing legs, but it does look more rounded. I don't want to repost his entire build here, but instead just highlight the changes I have made. I recommend checking out his video for the full build. Now for the Droid gunship. I made a simple modification turning it into the troop carrier variant by removing the rocket launchers and replacing it with railings to clip on the droids. This simple mod is able to fit a total of 20 droids. I think this is a good opportunity to talk a bit about the upcoming build series. It's basically going to be my own fan fiction event taking place before the Battle of Kashyyyk, which we saw in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I don't want to reveal the plot yet though. The story will be told gradually over the coming episodes, so stay tuned for that. I also made an ATRT and Swamp Speeder MOC. Let's have a look at the ATRT first. This MOC is based on a version that came with the 75151 Clone Turbo Tank set, but I made significant changes by streamlining the proportions and sticking to easy to obtain parts. Next is the Swamp Speeder MOC. I based this design on the 8091 set. Again, I made significant changes here by streamlining the proportions, since the original one had a very thick base, as well as Technic pieces for play features. I also try to keep with using only easily obtained parts. LEGO has not released a Snail Tank set in a long time, so I've been collecting parts for the 75015 version for quite a while now. It's finally time to build them up. Collecting parts over time inevitably leads to some mistakes, but luckily it was none of the key components. I can easily make the minor fixes over the course of the upcoming build series. Lastly, for the heavy support mechs. I have 2 AT-APs and 2 homing spider droids. I made minor mods to the spider droids by redesigning the laser turrets and thickening the feet. In Legends, homing spider droids were said to be deployed on Kashyyyk, but just not at the main battle of Kashyyyk in the movie, so I decided to include it here to balance out the forces. With everything done, it's time to take the 2 armies for a spin and set up a fun little battle on plain grey base plates. This helps me to estimate the size required for the upcoming diorama as well. Looks like I'll need a second table for this diorama though. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.